It is 15 minutes after 10, and we have 6 members present. We need 4 more for a quorum. We have Mr. Alatorre, Mr. Fuhr, Ms. Goldberg, Ms. Mistakowski, and Mr. Ridley Thomas. We need 4 more for a quorum. Will come to order, please. Call the roll.
Alarcon, Alatorre, Brinson, Chick, Fuhrer, Galanter, Goldberg, Hernandez, Holden, Mistakowski, Ridley Thomas, Savornius, Wax, Walters, Ferraro. 10 council members present and a quorum, Mr. President.
The council will please come to order. This is a meeting of the City Council for the City of Los Angeles on the 7th day of January 1998. There are 15 council districts in the city. The regular meeting days are Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We are currently being viewed by cable subscribers throughout the Los Angeles area on Channel 35, and we're also being monitored by council phone and monitored by a lot of TV stations. The first order of business.
Approval of the minutes.
All right, Mr. Fuhr moves, Ms. Goldberg second. If there's no objections, unanimous vote. The next item.
Commendatory resolutions for approval.
If there's no objections, unanimous vote. Next item.
Items 1 through 10 are public hearing items. There's been a request to continue items 8 and 9 to January the 13th and item 6 to January 21st. Motion required except on 10.
Okay, is there any objections to continuing those items? 6, 8, 9.
Oh, you added 6? I'm sorry, I didn't
Yeah.
hear you say 6.
6, 8, and 9. There's no objections. Those will be continued. Is there anybody in the audience who wants to be heard on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, and 10? Anybody want to be heard? Which one do you want to be heard? We don't have the... You want to be heard on 7, so we'll call that one out. Anybody else want to be heard on any other ones? If not, prepare the roll on items 1 through 5 and 10. Tabulate the vote.
12 ayes.
That's been approved. Miss, did you want to be heard On item 7, does she want to be heard on item 7? Yes. Would you take the center? Did you fill out a card?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Give your name, pull that microphone down a little bit, give your name and say what you want to say.
Okay. Good morning. My name is Lynn Foster. I'm an attorney for the Southland Corporation, and Southland would like to put a 7-Eleven store in Van Nuys at the corner of Victory and Sepulveda. There's a little mini mall area there, and I was told when I went to apply for a conditional use permit that first I needed to get a determination of public convenience or necessity, so I filed this first. And much to my dismay, I find that one of the reasons for the recommendation in the agenda that it not be found was that I didn't already get a conditional use permit. So I guess I'm feeling in a bit of a catch-22 bind here. I believe that the closest homeowners association, the Cameron Woods Association, submitted to Councilwoman Misikowski a letter signed by the president of that homeowners association saying that that neighborhood group is very much in favor of having a convenience store located there. The reason for being here is that there will also, among other things, the store would sell beer and wine. And so it's necessary to get the licensing in order to have that, but that's only one small part of what a convenience store does, and there are so many other things that make it convenient for the neighborhood that I would ask that you reconsider and make the determination that it is for the public convenience or necessity. I wondered if there were any questions that someone might have that I could answer for them.
All right, President. Mr. President, this is an application that will be forthcoming in the 11th District. I do have the letter from the Homeowners Association nearby indicating that they would like to see a convenience store, but I've also received communication from the Van Nuys Homeowners Association that they would prefer, and I think that the council policy is that we do have the conditional use process first. So this denial is not a denial in total, it's just a denial without prejudice at this time until the conditional use process goes forward. We can have the public hearings with the community, and my office will work closely with Cameron Woods, with Southland, and with the Van Nuys Homeowners Association to work out the appropriate conditions. So the recommendation is to deny the Caldera findings at this time, but we'll bring it back when the conditional use application comes forward.
Thank you.
All right,
You have a motion on the floor to deny the application at this time.
all right, is there any further discussion on this? If not, prepare the roll, tabulate the vote.
14 ayes.
Get Tom Vernus's number now, folks. Go on back. Next item.
11 through 17, public hearings have been held. Item 12, there's been a request to continue to January 21st.
The CED committee, as long as it's going to be delayed.
Yes, 8, 9, and 6 are all continued. And the balance are, now we have, the next items are what?
11 through 17 with the request to continue 12 to January 21st and in the interim refer to the Community and Economic Development Committee.
Is there any objections to that? Seeing none, that'll be the order. We have a request on 16 to continue that so the report can be, the report be given to all the members.
Yeah, I just received this. I don't think I'm quite ready to approve its contents.
Okay. So how long do you want to continue it?
Have you read it,
Ms.
Mr.
Chick?
Ridley Thomas? Oh, okay.
2 weeks?
I would think a week would give council members a chance to look it over, but if they need 2 weeks, that's fine with me. This is
Well-
not a rush item. It took quite a while to come to Public Safety Committee.
Okay, let's continue 2 weeks.
All right,
That gives people a chance to be briefed by the
Item
department.
16
if
will
they
be
so choose.
continued 2 weeks.
that's
So-
fine.
so we
I did
have-
have several questions about it.
We have 11
Okay, I'd like to read it.
through 17 with the exception of 12 and 16. Any other, no, 12 is being continued. Any others? If not, prepare the roll on 11 through 17 with the exception of 12 and 16. Tabulate the vote.
14 eyes.
Those are approved. Yeah, all members will, all members will get a copy of that report. Forthwith on 15. Mr.
Mr. President, my understanding, we just passed 14, there was amendments submitted for 14, 14A. We might want to ask the clerk where it's at,
Here,
The clerk doesn't have it.
here it is, here.
14A.
Do you want to explain what it is, Mr. Hernandez?
It's just basically correcting an item from, that the clerk did in the report that basically gives clear direction as to what the committee wanted the management audit to do. And it was a clerk mistake, and so we're correcting it through the amendment in terms of the instructions.
All right. Mr. Hernandez has moved that 14 be reconsidered for the purpose of amending the report. Is there any objections to that? Seeing none, the matter is before us. We have 14A. Is there any discussion on that?
And 14 as amended, why don't you just together?
Yeah. No objection. So we have 14 as amended. Prepare the roll. Tabulate the vote.
15 eyes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Those are approved. And then the next item,
18 through 24, public hearings have not been held on these items. 10 votes to consider.
any objections to considering those items, 18 through 24? Seeing none, the matters are before us. Anybody in the chamber wants to be heard on any of those items? We have no cards, so the public hearing is closed.
I need motions on 18 and 19, 23, and 24.
All right. All right, Ms. Goldberg moves on those, so no special, so prepare the roll on 18 through 24. Tabulate the vote.
15 eyes.
Those are approved forthwith on 18 and 24, 20. We're forthwith on all the ordinances. Okay. Richard, next item.
This is a time for comments from the public on non-agenda items.
We have a presentation first, so let's, Mr. Holden, did you want to say something?
Mr. President, I'm just happy to announce that Ray Charles, the world-famous entertainer, is scheduled to be here at 11 o'clock to make a presentation to Chief Parks Police Department, a significant contribution. So it looks like we really are ahead of schedule for the first time in my 10 years here. So why don't you just stretch it out, Mr. President, this presentation. You can have more than 3 minutes.
All right, Mr. Ferraro for presentation.
I think you'll find when this presentation that everybody will want to talk, and we'll probably be here until 12 o'clock singing the praises of this retiring individual.
Thank you, sir.
Members of the council, it's really my pleasure to present a resolution to Jeff Durian on his retirement from the city. And it's a very long one. We had Jeff write it up, and so you can...
You mean it's not one page?
But Ron, why don't you come over here too, because we'd like you to say something. But let me just point out a few things about it. Sometimes we forget that the city's most valuable assets and resources are not just our buildings or our harbor or our airport, but outstanding city employees who serve all of the people of Los Angeles. Jeffrey David Durian is a prime example of one of those valuable city resources. He is retiring today after more than 30 years of service. Can't stand the heat, I guess. That's right. Jeff started his career in the city in 1967 when he joined the personnel department after attending Valley College, earning a BS degree from Cal State Northridge, and competing graduate course at UCLA. In 1969, he began a 16-year tour of service in the city, for the city in the office of City Administrative Officer, where he earned a reputation and regular promotions with a variety of city departments in areas of budget preparation, analysis, contract analysis, and audits. In 1985, Jeff began working for the Chief Legislative Analyst, and in the 13 years since then, he has worked directly with council members and their staffs on virtually every major issue we face, and saw his work recognized and was promoted to Assistant Chief Legislative Analyst. Jeff and his wife Pat is here. Pat, please come up. They have 2 children,
Scott.
a daughter Elizabeth and a son Scott, who have started their own public service career as officers with the Los Angeles Police Department. Throughout his career, Jeff has demonstrated a tireless dedication and willingness to assist in all who sought to help in solving problems, both large and small. We commend him today for his distinguished career of public service and wish him every success in future endeavors. I'm sure you all know that Jeff is in charge of arranging all the new council offices in the City Hall East, and he is leaving before the complaints roll in from the council members. Very smart, very shrewd individual. So, Jeff, we're very proud of the work that you have done in the City of Los Angeles. We have a resolution that's we'll give to you. We can't give you a clock or a watch, but before I give it to you, I'd like to have your immediate boss, Ron Deaton, say something, and then we'll have
Well, I'm not his boss, I'm his friend. Thinking about Jeffrey, I have a list of words that come to mind: enthusiasm, competence, frank, honest, loyal, intelligent, sense of humor. Jeffrey's a special.
about his wife.
He's a very special person. I worked with him a long time. He's one of those people like Steve Wong and myself and McCarley and a few others that started their career mainly in the City Administrative Office and then transferred for some unknown reason to the Chief Legislative Analyst Office and is finishing out our careers there. Another thing about Jeffrey, though, is this 3rd generation. His father and his mother have lived in the city and had a small business in the city. He's worked for the city and lived in the city for all these years. And as John was saying, tonight at midnight, his son passes probation for the Los Angeles Police Department as an officer. This is 3rd generation. I think it's kind of special, and it shows his love of the city. Finally, in discussions with council staff about the departure of Jeff, questions have come up as to how we might replace him. And I've actually talked to a few people about, but it requires a special type of person, one that has the enthusiasm, has the knowledge of the city, and an outspoken. But thus far, Leonard Shapiro hasn't agreed to join us in that capacity. Best of wishes to you, Jeffrey, and as a friend and as a coworker. Thank you.
Thank you, Ronald, very much.
Let me have Keith Comrie, his previous boss, say something.
Jeff and I worked together for a lot of years, but it didn't matter which payroll he was on. He was always the dedicated, loyal employee, whether he was on our payroll or the CLA's payroll. He just does a fantastic job, and we appreciate your service very much, Jeff.
Thank you, Keith.
Jeff, let me present this on behalf of all the council members and all the people that appreciated your good work in the City of Los Angeles.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Excuse me, Jeff. Mr. Bernstein.
You're usually not that anxious to talk, Jeff. Let me just say that we've been very fortunate as a city and as a city council to have Jeff working for the City of Los Angeles and for us. Whenever I hear people talk about how irresponsible the city is and about people and city employees and bureaucrats and everything, I say to myself, you know, the answer to that is people like Jeff, who are so dedicated and have worked so hard and so conscientiously for the city. And Jeff is not alone. We have lots of employees like that in the city. I think the public doesn't really realize. But if we had to point out one individual to the public and say, you're wrong, this is what city employees and city servants are really like, I think Jeff would be an outstanding example of that. I'm just very happy to have been associated with him, to have the opportunity to work with him. I'm sorry he's leaving because he's just too young to be out there doing nothing, playing golf or whatever else he's going to do, but I want to wish him the best. He certainly deserves it, he and his wife, and thank you for all the years that you've given to our city and all the help you've personally given me in carrying out my duties. So, best of everything to both you and Pat.
Thank you, sir.
Very good. Ms. Chick.
Yeah, I just want to add comments about the human being. We've heard already some good and detailed words about the kind of city employee you are, but I want to thank you for the person that you are. You make me laugh in a place that sometimes isn't funny, and you are a man of great integrity, Jeff, and I think it helps set that tone for us, and courage, and I want to thank you for that. It's been a very special pleasure having just 4.5 years of your time here, and I know you're not going to disappear, and I'm looking forward to continuing the friendship with the special man you are. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Zabornich.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President, members of the council. For those of us who have arrived here later than some of the others around this horseshoe, it doesn't seem like 4.5 years have gone by where some of us rookie council members at that time relied on Jeff and his counterparts in the CLA and other offices to take us under their wing to show us the ropes around City Hall. And I will be forever grateful to Jeff, his can-do spirit, his sense of humor, his willingness to answer the dozens of dumb questions that are sometimes asked of someone new to a profession. And I would like to thank you for everything that you did for me and my staff. And really, I've encountered a lot of people in this position in 4.5 years, and I can truly say that you are one of the perfect gentlemen that I've encountered, and I thank you for it. With that said, there's a couple of change orders here in regards to the new office spaces over at City Hall East, and before you leave,
All right, Ms. Glanner.
I just want you to know how much it irritates me that you're leaving the city. But I know that you will have a really good time running around out there, totally unsupervised. Oh, Pat's going to keep an eye on you? Well, she may be unsupervised too. And I just want to say thank you for the good ideas, for the advice that you've provided when I needed to find out how do I make something particular happen. You are the kind of employee the public never sees, and it's kind of too bad because it's the fact that there are people like you who can explain to us, particularly when we're new, that this is how you work, how you line the ducks up so that the things you need accomplished will get accomplished. And then you seem to make it happen. And so I am very worried about how we're going to replace you, but I do want to wish you a lot of fun in your retirement. There are plenty of community groups out there who have their eye on you, and the more of them who discover you, the more that will happen, so be careful. Have a good time, have a wonderful time. I hope you have a long, happy, healthy, terrific retirement.
Thank you so much.
Ms. Goldberg.
Yes, it's really hard to say something different because of what everyone has said. I'll just add my me too. My staff and I really have enjoyed working with you. I think I remember the first budget that we went through and the frenzy to learn everything that was going on and to try to do it in a way in a very short period of time, because when you get elected, you're almost immediately thrown into it. And you in particular, I remember as being someone who kept saying, no, that's not, and you did it with such grace, that's not exactly how we do it. That's not exactly what that means. And my staff and I were all on a high learning curve, and you were very persuasive and useful teacher, and I appreciate that, of course. And I will say that some of the things that you guided us about that at that point are still things that we look at each year when the budget comes up. So your legacy will continue in our office, as I'm sure it will in other offices, as to how to look at things from a budget point of view.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Mr. Hernandez.
You know, Jeff, there was two things I was going to point out, and Jackie kind of touched on one of them, because I was saying you were one of the few people at the CLA's office that could explain to me why I couldn't do something at City Hall that made sense. And it was always confusing when I ended up talking to you. But at the same time, I wanted to point out something you did in regards to the offices transfers that I really appreciated you doing. And that was, you showed me the plans here at the city council, and you said, do you want to make any changes, Councilman? And I looked at them and I said, well, they look all right. You know, as long as I have a decent space, I'm happy. And then you came back, and you basically said, you know, Councilman, I don't really think that you had a fair look at the plans. You should look at it again. And then you took all my change orders. But I really appreciated the fact that you were concerned about that decision and how we were making it, and gave me a second chance to look at it from the perspective of all my employees and so forth. That kind of care and concern, I think, makes a tremendous difference with a lot of council offices. Again, we'll be missing that.
Thank you.
All right. Ms. Walters.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I want to say, Jeff, that I'm certainly going to miss you. I've certainly enjoyed working with you since I've been here, as the other council people have also indicated. You've been a great resource, and you are an outstanding public employee, and the public really should know what caliber of employees that we have that are looking out for the best interest of the city. And so I do wish you a wonderful retirement. I wish you weren't leaving right now, but you are, and I'm sure your wife is very happy that that's occurring. And so many good days of fantastic gardening. You'll have more time for the garden now.
Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Wachikowski.
I first met Jeff 26 years ago, and unlike many of you, when I first met Jeff, I was predisposed to dislike him. Because, I said, unlike many of you. And that's because he held a position and worked in the office in the city administrative officer that I didn't like the job title. It was the Office of Petroleum Administrator in the city. And in this 11th district, back then in 1972, we were doing major battle with Occidental. And Jeff epitomized for me the person, the advocate in the city for the drilling at the Occidental site. And despite all that, meeting him, knowing him, seeing him as my primary adversary, I couldn't dislike him, because he was always, as has been mentioned, he brought integrity to the job, he brought fact-finding, conveying of information, although an advocate, never an advocate in an ungracious or unfair manner, and I grew to both respect him and respect his opinion and use a lot of the knowledge about that issue in particular that I learned from Jeff, but also grew to like him very much. There's one other cute story that I have to tell, is the CLA's office is on the second floor opposite what was Councilman Browdy's office and is now my office. People would often come up to Councilman Browdy's staff and say, what is Councilman Browdy's son doing here? They found that there was a great resemblance, and so we shared an awful lot in that office. Jeff, we're going to miss you.
Good. Well, I don't know, Jeff.
It's a bird.
Wax.
Now that you mention it,
that's a cruel blow. I think most of it has been said, and I was going to touch very much upon what Ms. Chick touched upon, and it relates because I think that's when I first met Jeff, when I came here in 1971, and the no oil battle was hot and heavy. But I've found through all of these years that he has values, he has character. He's a person of impeccable integrity and honesty, and a willingness to say how he feels. He's also very smart. I asked Jeff the first thing he was going to do when he retired. He said, "I'm going to destroy my alarm clock," and I knew this is a smart man.
All right. Mr. Alarcon.
Are we talking about Jeff Druin here? Jeff, I started with the city in 1981, as you might remember. I always thought we were the same age. We're not. Jeff, you have really added color to what can sometimes be a dreary or boring or bureaucratic process. What I have found most refreshing about you, Jeff, although I didn't always agree with what you said, your candor was very much appreciated. I mean, if you had an opinion, you would express it, and then you would write the motion or whatever we asked you to do, you would do it the way we asked you to do it. I always appreciated your directness and your candor. So, but more than that, there was a certain kind of, I don't want to say comical, so I won't say that, but there was always a certain kind of atmosphere that was different when you were around. I had Jeff make a presentation, and it was Jeff and Keith Comrie. If you can imagine this, present to the Valley Leadership Foundation many, many years ago. And when Keith Comrie finished, then Jeff Druin, they were talking about the budget. It's probably one of the most boring subjects you could talk about. And in comparison to Keith Comrie, I'll never forget that Jeff said, "Well, now you're going to get the color," and he just proceeded to tell them the real truth about the budget. No offense to Keith, but Jeff was on that day, and I'll never forget it. So I want to thank you for making this process a lot more enjoyable. And again, but let me be very clear. You were a top-notch professional whenever you worked with me, and I appreciate that. Thank you.
Mr. Holden.
You got 10 minutes, Nate.
Gee. We all working with the same guy? I remember Jeff as a guy who, when he takes a hard-nosed position, he was totally inflexible. Am I right? Whoa. So, but that's all right, Jeff. I guess they all say your hard-nosed position, your inflexibility on specific issues obviously was the right position to take, because they all saying that today. But I must tell you that when I was a kid, they always taught me to say, you never say can't and never accept no from anybody but Jeff. But they didn't know you were coming at the time, Jeff. And but certainly, I want you to know that whenever you said no, I took another look at it. And then if you said no too many times, I just voted for it anyway, but that's all right. It's been a pleasure getting to know you. I'm glad to know that here in City Hall, you're different from most. You're not a rubber stamp. And God bless you, and enjoy your retirement.
Thank you.
Let me also just say a few words. Jeff is, as Richard said, no offense to Keith, he could communicate very simply the budgetary process. He put it in words that you understood, and made it so easy to really comprehend. I've had the great opportunity of working with Jeff on a lot of different projects, and especially police and other issues that he is truly the consummate professional. And I understand about throwing away the alarm clock, and I think for people like yourself, I mean, that have given so much over the years and to the city and to members of the council, I don't necessarily think, Jeff, that you look like Marvin. I think that you're truly a great man. I think that a great, I guess the way to really analyze the greatness of a person is his family and his friends, and you certainly have a nice family and certainly have a lot of friends that respect you and admire you, and give them the best of luck and play golf, do whatever you want to do. You deserve it. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, Mr. Farrow.
Yeah, there are a lot of fellow workers with here, so
Maybe they
all
should-
please stand and wave at all council members, then get back to work. We'd also like to point out that Keith Spiker Ken Spiker is here, who also worked with Jeff in the past. Jeff, it's now your turn. You can say what you want, and we know you will.
Do I have a time limit, John? 5 minutes, okay. Thank you very much. I am deeply honored. I have enjoyed, for the most part, all of my endeavors here at City Hall. I remember 30 and a half years ago coming to work in the personnel department downstairs, and never for a moment believing I'd ever be standing here at a retirement function like this. Before I say a few more words, I'd like to introduce my family to you, if I might. That's my wife, Pat, and over there is my mom, Goldie, a dear friend, Seal, my carpool mate for about 10 years, Sandy Robbins, and my son with a video camera, the soon-to-be off probation police officer, Scott. I think Cindy's comments were very poignant. I have been mistaken for Councilman Browdy several times. The thought had crossed my mind to, well, let me tell you about one incident about this sun business. I'm walking down the hall, I'm in a hurry, somebody is hovering around Councilman Browdy's office. He looks a little confused and bewildered. He sees me coming down the hall, and he stops, he turns, and he stares. He says, "Councilman Browdy." And I says, "No, I'm his nephew." I continue to walk away. Well, he bounds into the councilman's office. He confronts Karen Kelly, and he says, "My God, guess what? I just bumped into the councilman's nephew." And she gives him a stare that would chill an iceberg. So there have been several times like that in the past. But I think I'm more handsome, though, than Councilman Browdy. I've had a pleasure working for each of you and all of you at the same time. I reflect several years ago, it must be 10 or 12, a bad problem plagued the city of abandoned vehicles. It was in Councilman Wax's district, in Councilman Alarcon's district, in the 15th district, and the council brought together a group of 50 people to work on a task force. And in 6 hours of task force meetings, we had formulated a position. The councilman took it and ran with it, and the problems that plagued that particular industry at that particular time were changed by state legislation, changes in city procedure. The task force approach worked like a gem. I was honored to work on the Metro Rail, the MOS-1 portion of it, on a tunneling effort where we brought in consultants from around the country, and that was very rewarding. I think I've worked with most of the city departments in the city of Los Angeles. My time in the CAO's office was absolutely an unbelievable reservoir of information and contact with people. Many of the people I've worked with are here. Last night, I was thinking, I said, God, should I make a presentation or what? I started writing down names of people who I had worked with, who I had the pleasure of dealing with. Many of the people that are the vital assets of the city, the list got too long. Then I was afraid I was going to leave someone out, so I figured I won't go that route. But the likes of Gail Weingart and Roger Olenkamp and many of the other people in City Hall, they're out there, they know the way to solve the problems, and it's just simply a matter of connecting the people who have the answers. It's been a pleasure, and I thank you very much.
Okay.
Jeff, take advantage of it.
5-minute recess.
Ferraro?
Thank you, Mr. President.
All right, thank you. All right, next item. Why don't we take, we'll take a 5-minute recess so everybody can wish Mr. Druyan good luck.
Okay, let's, council, please come back to order. We do have, Sergeant, would you move all those people out that don't belong there and get the council members in their seats? Okay. Mr. Holden? Mr. Holden, did you want to be heard, or? I know how shy you are.
Oh, yes, Mr. President. Mark, Reader, all of you, all your gathers around us, but because we have some really very, very, very special guests. One of the most famous people in America is with us today, the legendary Ray Charles, ladies and gentlemen. And, of course, Joe Adams is top kick.
Oh, that's so nice.
All right. Mr.
That's all right. Go ahead and talk.
All right. That's all I can do. I can't sing, Ray. But I must tell you this, that Ray Charles has made a lot of people happy across the country and around the world in the way that he's performed. Some of the outstanding songs that we all remember, such as Georgia on My Mind. Now, I was born in Georgia, so that one sticks out.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
In fact, it became the official song for the state of Georgia.
That's right, sir.
And President Carter honored Ray Charles in doing so. I have on my staff Sharon Jimenez and her husband Bob, and they thought Ray Charles wrote the song for them. They were living in Georgia at the time. And so he went on to sing, of course, America the Beautiful, and many, many others. But I received a call just the other day from Joe Adams, who's been with Ray Charles for many, many years. They're just like twins, you might say.
Since dirt.
All right. And he was saying that Ray has been all around the world, has done so many things for other people, but we want to do something here at home where he lives. And in fact, the Wilshire Division is the police division which serves his area of residence. And he says, we want to make a contribution which we believe to be significant to the police department. And we want to help the Explorer Scouts, introduce them to law enforcement at an early age. And we want to make that contribution. So here we have Mr. Joe Adams. I think, Mark, you want to say a word or two before we make the presentation? Oh, he's fine. All right, fine. All right. Joe, who's going to do this and how we're going to do it? But I present to you, ladies and gentlemen, Ray Charles. All right. Chief Parks is here. Chief, come on over and bring your staff.
That's nice of you to invite the chief, Nate.
Yes. And those officers who are going to receive these.
Oh, very good. That's really nice.
We're well protected today.
All right now. I like that. Joe?
Yes.
This first envelope here.
First one is to Wilshire.
It's
Here's the chief. Here.
Oh.
You can give it. Okay.
Oh. How you, sir?
Fine. How you doing?
I'm doing all right now that I met you. All right?
Okay.
I think you're supposed to have that.
Oh, thank you very
Is that all right? Believe me.
That's for the Wilshire.
The Wilshire, yes,
There's
sir.
$5,000 in each envelope for each division.
Okay. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
And the divisions are the Southwest, Wilshire, 77th Street, Pacific Division, and Newton Division.
Okay?
Thank you very much.
It's truly my pleasure, man. Thank you, buddy. All right. Thank you all so much. I can only say I'm very proud, and I certainly know it's going to do some good. And I'm very gracious that you all allow me to come and do this. Thank you.
Oh, wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Good morning. excuse my voice, I'm suffering from a little cold, but I wanted to come over personally to thank Mr. Charles for his personal commitment to Los Angeles Police Department, and not only to the department, but to the youth programs where this money will be used. It is something that is close to all of us as we look towards developing our youth services programs, our Explore Post, and our commitment to our parks in the city of LA, in which we use quite regularly with our programs. And so we just think it's important that he gets some acknowledgement for the things that he has done all through his life, but particularly he has been a long-term supporter of the Los Angeles Police Department. And it's also good to see Joe Adams, who went to school with my father, who has been a long-term friend of the family. And so I just appreciative, and I just like to ensure that all of the divisions that are receiving this are here so that they can also thank Mr. Charles for his donation. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Georgia, Georgia.
If I were you, Ray, I'd sue him. Hi, Beth. Well, I think you're a celebrity as far as... Members of the council, we have a few things left on the agenda, and we'll go through those at this time. Diane,
Yes, Mr. President, you have motions for posting and referral.
if there's no objections, unanimous vote.
Excuses on the desk. Councilman Burnson has requested to be excused every second Friday of the month to attend his Southern California Regional Rail Authority meetings. That would be city business and meets council policy.
Unanimous vote. Members, while we're talking about Fridays, this Friday we will not meet because several members of the council want to go to the funeral of the police officer that was killed. The funeral is at 10 o'clock in Diamond Bar, and so there will not be a quorum, and we will not have a meeting. So advance warning to all of you. So, did you want to say anything else, Ms. Goldberg? Yeah. Okay, go ahead, Diane.
Councilman Ridley Thomas has requested to be excused city business Wednesday, January 14th, meets council policy.
Unanimous vote.
This is a time for comments from the public and non-agenda items.
Okay, we have Kim Sell. Kim Sell, did you want to be heard? Larry Ross, you wanted to be heard?
My name is Larry Ross. There are words on the wall of the room where the LA County Board of Supervisors meet that I believe belongs to Abraham Lincoln, which says that government of the people, that is a people government out from the people, by the people, that is controlled, directed, run by the people, and for the people, that is in behalf of, to serve the people, to represent the interests of the people, shall not perish from the earth. Such a government would be responsive, sensitive, and concerned for the general welfare of the people, all the people, in acknowledgement of the fact that its very existence is owing to the people, to minister to the needs of the people. Hence, the word democracy finds its source, strength, and uniqueness. Moreover, this country was founded on free enterprise, not unscrupulous, cutthroated, illegal, unlawful practices, or was it? Cherish and help preserve it is another expression on that same wall there. Participation right. To have the right to join in and profit from the free enterprise system is the American way. That is, the American way is the way clearly outlined in a legal document we call the U.S. Constitution, and not the bigoted, racist practices instituted along the way, alongside of it, by narrow-minded, selfish, self-centered, egotistical, dumb, stupid racists who stands against it, and democracy, therefore, are anti-practitioners of democracy. Where the breadth, height, and width of a person's worth and accomplishments shall be measured and determined by proper ambitions, talents, skills, and ingenuity, and not skin color, ethnicities, religion, sex, or the racist narrow-minded views, values, and warped sense of what's right and what's wrong, as such person feels, believes, thinks, and deems acceptable and necessary. Because the true American way is the former, and the latter is the un-American way, founded in oppression, slavery, lack of participation and opportunities, and suppression of the free enterprise system. For you see, the former makes for progress and participation for all, but the latter makes for regression and limited participation, where a few only can benefit. Once again, I have been the object of injustice and ridicule, and violations of my constitutional right has taken place. I have been before this council many times seeking justice, but thus far justice has been denied me. Hopefully the amount incurred by this council will be paid readily and speedily because the longer you wait, the larger the debt will become.
Okay, thank you. Kim Sells, there's no one else wants to be heard, so the public comment period is closed. Next item.
The desk is clear, Mr. President.
Okay. We have some adjourning motions. Would everyone please stand? Ooh. Members of the council, I'd ask that we adjourn in memory of Robert A. Houghton, who was the former Assistant Chief of Police for the Los Angeles Police Department. He was a chief investigator for the Robert Kennedy assassination, as well as the Tate LaBianca murders. He joined the department in 1942 and was named deputy chief in 1961. He served as assistant chief until from 69 to 71 when he left the department to serve 4 years as deputy director of law enforcement division for the state justice department. He leaves his wife, a son, and a daughter. I worked with Bob Houghton closely when we had the Democratic Convention here in 1960. He was in charge, we were in charge of the security for the convention, and he was a very able and capable man, and we will be sorely missed. Ms. Chick?
Yes, colleagues, I very much regret to announce the death of one of our city family senior management analysts, Stephen Hatfield with the Los Angeles Police Department, who passed away yesterday as the result of a heart attack on his way home from a funeral for his mother-in-law. He had worked very closely with me with the Public Safety Committee as commanding officer of the Facilities Management Division, which has been overseeing all of LAPD's construction projects, the new stations, etc. Many of you might remember a few weeks ago he was here being honored by the council with a Distinguished Career Service Award for his outstanding contributions to the city. He was to have completed 30 years of service in March of this year. I believe he was very much looking forward to retiring at that time. And he is survived by his wife Sharon, 2 sons, and 2 daughters.
All members of it.
And also that we adjourn in memory of Ms. Carol Laval Inglet, a resident of the West San Fernando Valley, and thank her and revere her memory for a lifetime of really involved support and dedication to the West Valley area Los Angeles Police Department. The officers there will miss her greatly.
Ms. Galander?
I'd like to join as a co-presenter on the Steve Hatfield motion. I had the opportunity to work with him on the issue of the new training facility in the Westchester area, and he was really a pleasure to work with. He was another one of those city employees. We just got through making all the speeches to Jeff, but Steve was one of those people we could have made these speeches to in just a couple of months, who worked very hard at his assignments and wasn't afraid to go to his superiors and to go wherever he thought it was necessary to go to present and act on the results of the information that he gleaned. And I watched him take, I mention this every time I think of him, I watched him take such a beating in this council chamber, not from us, but from the police department and the mayor's office, because he was in such a hurry to move on this really excellent opportunity that a month later, the police department and the mayor's office had discovered was a great opportunity, and they came back and supported. And Steve took the beating well. I mean, he sat there and behaved himself really nicely, and when he was asked a question, he gave his honest opinion. And when I am pleased, given that tragedy of his death, I am pleased that he was back some months later, and we were all honoring him, including the police department and the mayor, for exactly that achievement. But I think this is awful. So I would like to be a co-presenter.
Ms. Goldberg?
Yes, I'd like to just add my also condolences to the family of Steve. We worked very closely with our office at the time when we thought there might be a police facility in Atwater. Was willing to come to community meetings. I mean, we were shocked this morning when we got the news as well. And I just can't express my grief over his loss to all of us. In addition to which, I'd like to ask that we adjourn in memory of a very dear friend of mine of many, many years, Johnny Phelps. She was a extraordinary woman, an early pioneer in the military. She served on the staff of General of the Army Eisenhower and was involved in just an enormous number of important ways of supporting him, was asked by him in a now somewhat famous incident when some people in Congress decided that they had heard that there were lesbians and gay men in the military, was asked to compile a list of all of the people that she might be able to find out about. And he said, well, she said to him in a now very famous story, well, you know, if I did compile that list, my name would be the first one on it. And he said, well, in that case, don't compile the list. She was an extraordinary woman, a printer when she left the Army. She's survived by her life partner, Grace Bukowski. She was a remarkable, remarkable woman, and I will sorely miss her. She died in the Veterans Home of Barstow on December the 30th.
Mr. Holden?
Mr. President, members, it was a sad tragedy. Automobile accident took the life of Yolanda Copeland. She was killed when the car turned over. She survived, of course, by her husband, Norman. Her father-in-law is Pastor Copeland, and he's the pastor of the Ward AME Church in the 8th District, although they live in the 10th. And I think Mark will want to join us on this one.
Please.
And the services will be held Friday on the 9th at 1 p.m. at Ward AME Church. And she's survived by, of course, her father-in-law, Pastor Copeland, her husband, Norman, her daughter, 7 years old, Jewel, and a host of family members. Mr. President, we ask that we adjourn in memory of Ruby Jackson Humes. She lives in the 10th District and was very active and outstanding community leader. Sad to announce also, Mr. President, Ruth Emma Goldstone. She's the mother of Roberta Goldstone, who worked for 12 years with Zev and then left Zev and came to work for me for a number of years and now is employed by the RAND Corporation. Her mother had a long, happy, successful life. She died at 93. Roberta's father is still alive, and he's 97 and being well cared for. His name is Samuel. She has a son named Gilbert, of course, Roberta, the daughter, Sister Shirley Metzner, Sister Viola Hoffberg, and Sister Blanche Broski. They're still alive, and 3 grandchildren, Kenneth, James, Elizabeth, 4 great-grandchildren, Andrew, Julian, Andrew, and Nicholas. So, Mr. President, we're going to miss them all.
Mr. Ridley Thomas?
Mr. President, members of the council, I ask that we adjourn in memory of Netha McClendon, a long-term resident of the city of Los Angeles who resided in the 8th Council District. She is survived by a host of family and friends, most notably her son, Stuart Lee.
Members of the council, I would like to ask that we adjourn in memory of Thomas O. Tom Marcy Sr., who passed away on December 31st, Bertha C. Sedano, who passed away on January 1st, and I think it would merit mentioning that Ms. Sedano was a longtime resident of the Harbor area, and she is survived by 11 children, 39 grandchildren, 44 great-grandchildren, and 1 great-great-grandson, and 4 sisters, really a tribute to the Harbor area. And also Richard J. Carr, who passed away on January 4th.
Mr. Wax?
Yes, Mr. President, I'd like the council to adjourn in the memory of Arthur Nelson. He was known because of his distinguished and highly decorated career, first as a naval officer and then in business. I got to know him, started with rent control, and for about 20 years, he and his wife have regularly written to me with a lot of wisdom and a lot of thoughtfulness upon issues that come up in the city council. And I feel, although I feel I really know them well because it's just a wonderful thing that developed. He's in your district, Mr. Ferraro, and the head of the Los Feliz Towers Homeowners Association, and just a kind and caring individual that just appeared one day and stayed 20 years of my life, and I'm going to miss him. And he leaves his wife Agnes, who always joined with him, and sometimes even expressed a differing opinion, but continues to do that. So, quite wonderful people.
Call the roll. Aye, the council is adjourned. There will not be a meeting Friday.